Well, we have with us Keitan and Harry from Redchillies VFX and Alok from Autodesk India. They've made this 3D model of Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, and they've gifted it to him recently. First of all, a huge pleasure to have you guys on Bollywood Hungama. And this is, I think, the eponymous pose of Mr. Khan that has become world famous. So many actors have tried to emulate that as well. How do you think of this idea in the first place?
The idea came around 6 months back. When we wanted to gift him something which is unique, which is something which money can't buy, on his birthday, which was coming up on 2nd of November. Sometime back we had gone to an Autodesk show where they had printed a iPhone cover in front of us.
Right.
And that's where the idea came, as to if a cover can be printed, can we print a statue?
Right.
And that's when the whole process began. We started doing an R&D as to what are the possibilities to achieve what we wanted to, which was we wanted to gift him the world's first life-size 3D printed model or a statue.
Right.
And so we started with smaller statues, smaller models. We started with a 2-inch model. We saw it, we added details on it. Post that we went to a 1-foot model and then a 1.5-foot model. And then once we were all satisfied that now we have that detailed final model, is when we went for the life-size one.
Great. So how did you guys collaborate? What was the input of Autodesk India, and how did Redchillies VFX came into the picture?
So our relationship with Redchillies, both Keitan and Harry, is almost a decade old. They've been using our softwares like Maya and Studio Max for almost like 10 years. So when Keitan and Harry came to us with this idea, all of us at Autodesk were really excited and charged, doing something with them, and that too for Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, who's a celebrity not only in India, but known world over. We just lapped onto this opportunity.
Was it a surprise for Mr. Khan, or you guys had informed him prior that you're doing something like this?
It was a gift. Obviously, it was a surprise, and we have been telling him. It was on birthday we were supposed to present him, and this model were ready after August, basically. So it was there lying with us the last 3-4 months. We were finishing Happy New Year at that time. Obviously, we told him, but then he was busy. We were busy. Then again, he got busy with fan. Shooting just started after that. And finally, some days back, we presented this model to him.
Right.
He didn't know. He thought something, maybe they're going to show something in computer. Maybe that's going to be a gift, or maybe something which is kind of, we're going to give him some painting, a small paper and all that. We didn't know, but he never thought it's going to be this. So that was really, really good. When he walked in, and for 5 minutes, he was just staring at this model.
Right.
And he didn't say anything or staring, because obviously when you see anything like this in clay, you can make out. Details are not going to be like this. You can see buttons and all the creases are perfect and all that.
Right.
With clay, what happens, kind of becomes smooth, everything. But with 3D printing, the advantage is obviously every sharpness, the creases and all that are perfect.
This is my birthday cake, which I am taking very late, a few months later than my birthday, which shows how busy we all are or have been at Redchillies, myself included. Not as busy as the VFX team, because apart from finishing Happy New Year, working on fan and other various works, Harry, Keitan and the whole team has done a cyber scan and designed this whole thing. It's the first step towards Make in India. It's not just a mere statue. In tandem with Autodesk, what they have done is this is the first 3D printed model in the world of a full body ever done.
What exactly will be happening with this 3D model? Where exactly is it going to be kept? Because it is like a phenomenon in its own way. You have Madame Tussauds, and now this is something which is totally unique, because this is the first time ever that has happened. So what are the plans for that?
Well, I think in his video bite, he has given some hint as to what he wants to do with it.
Okay, I haven't seen it actually.
So you'll get that video bite.
But thank you, Redchillies VFX, and I don't know where to keep it. It would be narcissistic to keep it in my house. But inshallah, I'll work hard enough so that this can be utilized as a figure of the work that I've done over the years. So thank you, everyone. This is outstanding. I'm dying to show it to my kids.
But I think it's up to him. We've finished our job by gifting it to him.
Right.
Now, whether he wants to put it in his office or he wants to take it home, that basically would be up to him.
Now, this pose of Shah Rukh Khan, I think the world knows it. And once these pictures were put on the social media space, it has obviously gone viral. So, how much of efforts have gone into just precisely making that pose, so that the movement of the legs and the hand movement, everything, somewhere it has like a very natural sort of angles to it, which the world just associates with him. So, what was the process of that particular thing in terms of the poses?
What I can tell you, most of the work has been done by Harry, the expert here, and it was done on our software called Maya. But Harry, would you like to tell them how it was?
So when we
exactly
started,
Maya?
obviously the first process basically we wanted is posture, like cloud data. So how do you get cloud data? So you have to do a cyber scanning. So he stands in a bind pose, and you do a laser scanning, which is cyber scanning. Once you get that cloud data, you get points. So based on those points and contours, you make a model on top of that.
Right.
So you get exact. The points are like every inch, like 200, 300 points. So you get accuracy, very fine accuracy. So once you do that, then we put skeleton inside the body and get to this pose. Obviously, we told him, send us some photographs. I mean, he has signature poses on internet and all that, but he clicked his photo and sent us this thing. So we matched that photo, we matched this model exactly with his pose.
My classical pose or the pose that I keep doing because I don't know what other pose to do. So thank you very much.
What material is?
This is a plastic, which there are a lot of materials while you do printing and all that. The materials like plastic, you can have dust aluminum inside that. You can have metal also in that. This is a plastic. This material we have used basically, which kind of gives more sharpness to creases and all that.
Okay, now the entire world knows about Madame Tussauds and how all these statues are kept over there. Now, I think this is a new sort of phenomenon. So you guys are anticipating that more and more celebrities will be coming up with these as the time goes by. What do you think? What is your opinion?
Yeah, 3D printing has infinite uses to be precise. Means apart from just the models of celebrities world over, or coming up with museums or entertainment spaces where you have these kind of setups, it has varied uses into bio, into medicine, into space,
Right.
into model building, into prototyping. So the uses are infinite, because it's as simple as you put a ink in a paper in a traditional printer and you get a printout.
Right.
This is something where you just insert, you do a model in a computer and you just send the data to a printer. Just press the print button and it's going to be as simple as that to print it. Just not celebrities coming up with their own statues, like Harry was saying earlier. We can even take the entire history of our films and whatever models we have, like Ravan, Krish, we can even go out and print that.
Right.
Or even children can just do some small modeling. Everybody's computer savvy now. To just do some model and just send it to print, and even they can experiment. I've heard somebody has just made a 3D printed skin, and I think Mars they printed in Mars as a 3D printer, or they're sending the 3D printers into spaceship. So if anything goes wrong in space, the printer just prints that part and supplies it. Okay. So the uses are enormous.
Immense.
Yes.
Redchillies VFX, the way you guys have been associated with the several landmark films in terms of VFX, be it Krish 3 in the recent times, Ravan, you guys have worked on. Happy New Year as well. So many are saying that you guys have really come into your own. The way what you did with Krish 3, it was said that at a very, very less cost compared to what happens in Hollywood, you guys managed to come up with a really engaging stuff. In terms of technology, how much time will it take for India to just catch up with what we see in Hollywood? Because these days, I think VFX, there's there are a lot of VFX heavy movies which are coming in, be it Godzilla, and too many of them. They just keep on coming left, right, and center. I think there's a movie called Seventh Son, I believe, which is coming very soon. So when do you think India can catch up as far as international standards concerned?
See, as far as infrastructure or the software or the hardware part goes, I think we are at par, and we've always been at par.
Right.
The software which we use, Maya Max, is basically the same software used by the Hollywood artists.
Right.
So it is not that we lag behind in technology. What we lack, maybe we have a little less experience or exposure, because Hollywood had a history of we have a 20-year leap to us in terms of visual effects.
Absolutely.
Visual effects penetrated our market very recently, but it is growing at a very, very fast rate, and the exposure is going up. A lot of international projects are also done in India by our own artists, so we are catching up pretty soon. But if given an opportunity like we were lucky to have that opportunity in Ravan and Krish,
Absolutely.
which were flagship VFX projects where VFX played a very core and decisive role in shaping the film. If that exposure is given, I think we have proved that we are at par with any other facility in the world, and so is the case. There are some good studios in our country, and we are constantly updating and upgrading ourselves, and I'm sure if not, we have not caught up, we'll catch up pretty soon. But we feel if given a chance, new genres of new directors, new writers, new genre coming into play, where visual effects will play a crucial role.
Sure. Can we see Redchillies, because since you guys have a production house as well, maybe coming up with like an animation film or something of that sort, even like what is there in Paddington, for example? Like I think it's part animation, part real. I think there's a terminology for that. I'm not remembering the exact terminology right now. So can we see that happening? Because since you guys have a production house as well.
See,
we
don't have any concrete plans on those lines, and nor we have right now have any knowledge of that. We are working towards that. Right now we're concentrating on Fan, which is our next big VFX challenging project. Yes, of course, we have a production house, and there are news that we'll be now starting to make more films. That in the past we've been guilty of just making 1 or 2 films a year. So now once those films start coming in, and our production house starts producing more films, I'm sure somewhere down the line some storyline will come into play where something like this will come up, and who knows, it may materialize.
So can we see you directing an animation film for Redchillies VFX? You guys
I
together?
don't have any plans like that.
Right.
We are like taking a movie and all that. So we have been so busy now every year. Like after Ravan, we have done all big movies till now. So like 5 years have just gone like that. Yeah, at present we don't have any plans.
But do you have any script?
It's a very different kind of genre, basically, animation film and all that. And we are like VFX studio, more into live.
Right.
So I'll better do that than doing animation, basically. So animation is a completely different thing. People are different there. I mean, different kind of expertise you need in that. There are other studios also. I don't know how the market is in India, but I have not seen many films being produced in India.
Animation films.
Yeah.
See, our core is visual effects, and we have always stuck to that, right from our first film Mahona to our last film Happy New Year. The live action, commercial VFX, that's our core.
Right.
And animation, even though software are the same, but the skill set of artist required is very different. The mindset is very different.
Right.
That's something we have not experienced yet, so we can't say much about it.
I've planted a seed of an idea, so maybe you can credit me once you decide to direct your first animation film. Your final thoughts, I believe both of you are there on social media as well, so what sort of compliments have been coming your way since the time this model has gone viral?
We didn't expect.
Yeah, we didn't expect.
We didn't expect this to be this big.
Right.
The pure thought of us and Autodesk was just one thought, was to gift him something unique, and it just so happened that eventually we did gift him, and it has gone viral.
Right.
And the kind of attention it has got, just not from India but across the globe, it's phenomenal.
Right.
Maybe it proves how big a star he is.
Absolutely. He's got crazy, I think, following, especially I think all across the world in India but all across the world, that there's a crazy sort of fan following that he has. Okay, final thoughts about because several times we've seen Shah Rukh Khan talking about Redchillies VFX. I think he's extremely proud of the VFX wing, and he has always wanted to do something as far as VFX is concerned since a long time, and he has managed in his own way as far as Bollywood is concerned. What do you have to say about him as a boss and someone? I think many would say that he has a unique vision of his own as well as far as VFX is concerned.
I mean, we have been working with him since last 10 years. Mayuna was our first movie. I mean, whatever we needed, even we were with other studios at that time when we did Mayuna and Paheli. Whatever we needed and all that, we get it. That's amazing. But I have never seen anybody, as a producer, gives you everything. Okay, you try this, try this. Like in Happy New Year, we wanted a copter. Okay, we got it from Sweden. That was amazing. In a week's time. So, if you have an idea, tell us. Okay, we'll give you everything. That's how our production house works. And other thing is, when we started this company, Redchillies VFX, his main idea was, I don't want to make any money out of it, but I should hear it from outside. When you all do work, I should hear it from outside. This is nice work and all that.
Kya baat?
Yeah.
Kya baat? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's not a boss, he's a friend. And someone you can go to and he will understand your issues or problems and resolve it. So that way he's not been intrusive. He doesn't bother you with anything. His point is, you get you want and you give me what I want. His is like, and his is just pure creative work. It's like it should be the best studio in the country. We should be doing the best of the work. We should be doing one of the most challenging projects, good projects, interesting projects, and he does work towards getting us some of those projects as well. Like Ravan was one example of it, and we were one of the studios which were actually purely formed on the basis of his vision to make a Hollywood standard superhero or a sci-fi film.
Right.
And that was one thought which germinated into Redchillies VFX when we started with a 12-man team and we were like 400 in Ravan. So
Right.
that's the growth we had.
Fantastic. Alok, any final thoughts? If you want to compliment these two guys and Mutual Admiration Society, and if you want to say something about Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, so you can.
Okay, so
this
as
is
I
your
said,
chance.
for us
This
at
is your
Autodesk,
chance. Right.
for us at Autodesk, we really feel proud and privileged to be associated with this. And I would like to thank both Harry and Keitan for giving us this opportunity to be associated with this project.
Fantastic. So lovely having you guys on Bollywood Hungama, and looking forward to just the mystery getting unfolded as to where this superb model will be kept. And I'm sure that a lot of people from all across the world will be watching this interview as well, because they're very keen on Shah Rukh Khan. So they would want to know that what's exactly this model all about. And looking forward to your future ventures as well with keen interest. And I hope that you guys direct an animation film in India, which is like really just groundbreaking. So thank you very much and all the best. Cheers. Thanks
Thank you.
a lot.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching. Hi, this is Faridoon Shahryar. For the most interesting celebrity interviews, do subscribe to Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.